is a Western filming area known as 6 Points, Texas, featured in the film Bedtime Stories with Adam Sandler. Let's find out more about these sets from the greatest movie cowboy of them all, the Duke, Mr. John Wayne.
Now you gotta keep those golf carts where you want. Alright, I'm not really John Wayne, but I did shoot my very first movie right here.
If that's the case, I bet movie knows a thing or two about this area.
Did you know that more movies have been shot on these streets than in any other spot in the world? Now during the silent film era, they could shoot up to 6 movies at the same time, one on each one of these 6 streets. That's why it's called 6 Points, because each street had its own bank, its own sheriff's office, its own saloon, and its own hotel. Now, it turns out that this town ain't big enough for both of us. So get on back onto your tram, stagecoach thing and get the heck out of here. Go on.
Well, I was going to make a withdrawal from the Gillen Bank here to the left, but oh, look, it looks like somebody cleaned them out. Actually, this is actually just an example of what's called a facade. It's a building with just the front and the sides built to it, because sometimes for filming purposes, this is all that we need. By the way, some of our Western sets will also be appearing soon in Bedtime Stories. So they already appeared in Bedtime Stories. They'll be turning up in All About Steve with Sandra Bullock, Thomas Hayden Church, and Bradley Cooper. That's going to be opening in October. In the meantime, you can catch Sandra Bullock in The Proposal and catch Bradley Cooper having a hangover later on this summer. Okay, here's our construction site. You can see it now from another angle. On the left, this big beige cylindrical structure is our underwater filming tank, which allows the director, the crew, and most importantly, the camera to stay dry. But it's a different story for the actors. We can just fill the tank with water, throw the actors inside, then we film them through hatches on the outside. By the way, these sets should be ready for their close-ups later on this year. One of the things we lost in the fire was our beloved King Kong, but you can never keep a good gorilla down. Kong will be returning to the tour in 2010 in a brand new state-of-the-art 3D presentation starting in 2010. It's going to be based on the 2005 version of King Kong, directed by Peter Jackson, which we're going to see a scene from here. Here's the ship, the SS Venture, first arriving at Kong's home world of Skull Island. Jackson searched the world over to find the perfect ship that could double as the Venture. The art department added several period set pieces to transform the vessel into a 1930s freighter. But before we can find out about how that sequence was created, we are going to have to create some special effects of our own. And for this, everyone, I'm going to require your assistance. On the count of 3, I'm going to ask you all to say, "Part the waters." Part the waters, count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Part the waters! That was good. That's going to do it. And look at this. The waters are hurting. Hey, great job, everybody. In a few moments, we'll be taking you down below sea level. Below sea level. So you might want to pick up any personal items off the tram floor to keep them from getting wet. The perspective we'll soon have will allow us to see the Venture and Skull Island from the point of view of the camera, a view very similar to the one that Peter Jackson had when making King Kong. Be sure to have your own cameras ready, you won't want to miss this. And you may remember this is being the parting of the Red Sea on the studio tour, seen here in the Nude Bomb with Don Adams and Andrea Howard.
This tram is overloaded.
Hey, stay in your seats, folks. If you look here to the left, you'll see that the Venture and Skull Island are actually highly detailed miniatures. Believe it or not, this is as big as Skull Island ever got in the film. If you look at your monitors, you'll see how the sequence was created. The storm is generated by rain towers with the fog, waves, and other physical effects created by using techniques which were absolutely real. Unless, of course, the tent keeps on the left here is our prop department. Short for property. It means anything on the set that isn't nailed or glued down that the actors might touch or handle, and that would include anything as small as a paperclip or large as a grand piano. And to the left here is a filming area known as Little Europe. These sets were used recently for the annual Hero Awards. They appeared in Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean's Curse of the Black Pearl and Dead Man's Chest. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End also filmed on the Universal lot. These sets were dressed as Kanyakumari, India for another another episode of Heroes, and they became Rome, Italy for Angels and Demons. How do they make these sets look like different countries around the world? Well, let's talk to Mademoiselle Whoopi.
Welcome to Little Europe.